My name is Craig Gazay, and this is my story. In 1997, I was fighting two simultaneous battles. One to bring down some of Sydney's notorious underworld criminals and flush out the corrupt police that were aiding them. The other, to save my 8-year-old daughter's life. My family didn't know what I was doing, really, especially my kids never knew what I was doing. And they were too young to actually understand organised crime and the drug world. The underbelly stuff was happening and people were getting shot dead. One of the, Gary Francisco, who was a Melbourne identity, came up here, hooked up with a guy by the name of Bill Tracy out in Narelle, and he got drugs brought up here, got a lab started out at Picton, and went for about a month, I suppose. The Victorians helped us with all the precursor drugs that they were loading in from Melbourne, loading into a car, then driving up into Sydney. So we would take them out to the lab, get the cook going. We had cameras, listening devices all in the property. Les Colaci, who was a King's Cross identity, that was a heroin supplier, and everything else, cocaine. We finally had our breakthrough during one job in Sydney's eastern suburbs. It was during the surveillance of this job we discovered the identity of our target, Detective Bob Squeaker Irwin. Jessie was a very special girl, and probably more so with what happened to her. You know, at the age of 7, we found that she had a lump on her elbow, which she got getting diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer called Ewing sarcoma. And from that day on, you know, it was 12 months in hospital. Virtually in for 6 days, out for a couple, back in for 3, back out for 2. Chemo, radiation, tests, bone marrow transplants, you name it. I was doing the Colaci job, so I was balancing working on organised crime, and then sharing the hospital with Lisa. While I was in there, I found out how much they didn't have in those days. You know, there was 2 televisions between 40 kids in the hospital. So I decided I'd do a marathon and raise money the best way I knew. And don't ask me why I paddle a surf ski 1,000 kilometres, because I'd never paddled a ski before. So I set myself a task of leaving Avalon and going to Broadbeach, which is about 1,000 k's in the ocean. And it was probably about 65, 70 k's a day. It should attract a bit of attention. No one else had done it before, and that was my goal. It took me a while to learn how to paddle, and ended up doing it in 16 days, and raised some good money. Yeah, she got the all clear for probably about 4 months, and went back in for just a random test. Lisa took her in, and I was actually at Parliament House. I was waiting to meet Lisa and Jess on that day. I'd been awarded Parent of the Year. And I rang Lisa and said, "You're late?" And she said, "Yeah, I've got bad news, I'll be there soon." And she told me just before the ceremony what had happened, that they'd found another tumour had come through into the top part, in this part of the arm where it had been before. And it was all entangled into the nervous system and the muscles, and the only way to do it was to amputate the arm. After 6 months again, we got the all clear, but it came back again, got her in the lungs. And it was, probably about a month and a half later, she passed away. And the most important thing really is not money, it's not things that you own, it's the things that you are associated with as a person, and your family and your kids, and how you interact with each other, and the experiences you get from that.